Hi, I'm Cheryl, and this week's card is a Mother's Day card, but of course you could always change the sentiments out and use it for birthdays or weddings or just about anything you could think of. Yeah, so I couldn't find a sentiment I liked. I wanted to have some cards to give to friends who are mothers. So I printed out my own sentiment for this one, and it's "May your Mother's Day be filled with as much happiness as you bring others." I have another one here that I'll be using on the card we're actually making. "Wishing you all the love and smiles that you deserve." So I think those are nice and suitable for a friend, not instead of a mother. So this is what we're going to need today. We need some soft seafoamed cardstock, and we're going to be cutting out with the Botanical Tags Thinlits dies. We'll be using this little leaf right here. There's a nice little leaf branch spray in this set. We're going to cut 2 of those from soft seafoam. This is a nice little set here. Let me show you the tag toppers they make. Be nice for bookmarks too. I'll put that against the black here so you can see better. Oh, I just lost the case for it on the floor. And this is the nice little leaf spray we'll be making. And I happen to know that it's going to be in this year's annual catalog again, so it will still be available through Stampin' Up. So let me put these aside because I already cut them out. I have them right here in my little case here. And then from Heavyweight Whisper White cardstock, we're going to cut 2 sets of these little flowers. I think they're so cute. They're just adorable, and they kind of match the flowers that are on the embossing folder. So 2 sets of those, 2 of the little leaf branches, and these were from the Forever Lovely, and I don't remember if these are going to be available when the new annual catalog comes out. I forgot to check it. So, but for now, it's still available. Then from Heartfelt Creations, Window Box Elements. We're going to be using this lacy bit here, and I already have that cut out, and I put my sticky tape, my double-sided sticky tape on the back. It comes in a roll like this. This is the 2.5 inch, I believe, wide tape. It comes in different widths. I also have the 5 inch wide, but you just put this, just take this tape, put it on the back of your paper, your cardstock, leave this backing on, die cut it with your die against the paper part, not against the back here, and just do just like you would normally do, just die cut it. Usually this backing will stay in pretty much one piece, and you can just peel it off, and what doesn't come off, you pick it off, and you'll be fine. If you don't have the tape, you don't want the tape, you just die cut this from the thick Whisper White cardstock, and put Tombow glue on the back and let it dry. Set it aside, let it dry, and then you don't have to worry about any of the glue oozing out from underneath. So I have that, and it's stuck on my little silicone mat here. So it's all ready to go. So I can put that die aside. Excuse me. I have some more thick Whisper White. I've made my card base from that. It's a 5 by 4 1/4 inch card, so you need to cut it 10 by 8 1/2, and then score and fold it at 4 1/4. And I have a piece of a Flirty Flamingo cardstock, and this is, get my ruler here. This is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. That will be a mat for the front. I have another piece of, this is just plain Whisper White cardstock. It's not the thick. Let's see, that's 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So we have a nice little border of Flirty Flamingo around the edge. Let me put this card aside. And I have another bit of Whisper White cardstock that will become our little banner on the front here. And let's see, while I'm talking about the banner, on my sample card I used a stamp set that I got from MSE on Amazon, but it's no longer available. And it is the nicest stamp set for Mother's Day. I got the Father's Day one also. I'm not sure if that's not available anymore or what. But it's a lovely card, a lovely stamp set. If you see it somewhere, maybe in somebody's clearance bin, I don't know. It's a great little stamp set. So I have to find a new sentiment for the front of my card. Now, I could have printed it out just like I did the inside sentiment. I could print one out, pick a pretty font and print it on the printer. I have, let's see, I have the Heartfelt Creations. They have a lot of nice little Happy Mother's Day in their Thank You Sentiments stamp set. But there's also one, and I think I'm going to use this one, in the Tea Together stamp set. I'm going to use, they have the Happy Mother's Day right here. I'm going to use that one. So let me get that out and find a block to put that on. There we go. So that will be all ready to go. And I'm also using this Big Shot. This is one of the super thick ones. It's a Country Floral Dynamic Textured Impressions embossing folder, and as long as it takes me to say that, I could have made the card already. We're going to be using that with a little special technique. And then I'm also using the Rectangle Stitch Framelits dies. I did use the smallest rectangle like this, but because my stamp is different this time, I think this little one right here, the more squared one, will look better with the sentiment. So, what shall we do first? Let's do oh, and inks. I have all kinds of other stuff over here I didn't tell you about. Let me tell you all about that too. I'm using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink and also Powder Pink from Stampin' Up. I have my U-Pick tool here, and I have a little ball stylus. This is the bigger of the ball styluses. See, there's the small one. Here's the big one. I see they're coming out with the die brush attachment for this also. And the new catalog coming up is start in June. Yeah, in June. Be using my tweezers. These are nice little tweezers. They're like this, so when you're just holding them like this, it holds on to stuff. You squeeze them to get it to let go. I really like that kind of tweezer. I've got my snail. I've got my Tombow. I think I have my Tombow out just because, well, no, I'll be using it. Oh, and I have a Spectrum Noir Sparkle Clear. I got the crystal clear pen. We'll be using that. I have my Art Glitter Dries Clear Glue, and then I also have Nuvo Dream Drops. And these are a fairly new product, and I really like them. I like the regular Nuvo drops, and I like these new Nuvo drops too. So let me stamp my Mother's Day sentiment here. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that right here, right in the center. That looks nice, has this good impression. I'll close that up because now I'm done with that. My inside sentiment has been printed on the printer, and that will get die cut just like that with these. So let me put that aside for the moment. I'm going to bring in my piece of Whisper White cardstock, and we're going to do something a little special with that. You know what, before I do that, let's do the flowers. Let's do the flowers. Let me dump those out. I don't need, well, yeah, I'll keep the leaves out too. First thing I'm going to do is get them all turned over the correct way. And there is a way to tell when you die cut something, it kind of rounds the paper off. If you turn it over, you can actually see like little ridges all around your die cut. That's the wrong side. Okay. I'm going to use my powder pink ink pad here, and usually I would work off the lid and use that like a palette, but I'm doing something a little different today. I'm getting lots of ink there on this spare block. I'm going to use my sparkle pen, just like a paintbrush. See that? And I'm going to do the centers of these flowers with that. And that's a little darker than I wanted it, but that's okay. It will be fine. It will dry a little bit lighter. Then give that a little squeeze, get some more of my sparkly stuff down in here. So you see, I'm using it just like an aqua painter, except that now I have sparkles with my ink, and this is why I didn't use the lid of my ink pad as a little ink palette, because I didn't want to get the sparkles in the ink pad. Okay, so I'm done with that. That's kind of messy. I need to put that somewhere where I won't stick my hand in it. And now I'm going to get the rest of the flower. I'm just going to go over the flowers and just get them sparkled up. Then we're going to do the same thing with our leaves. We're going to sparkle our leaves. Okay, that looks good. I think I got them all. And we're going to go just real quick. And get all the leaves. It just has a nice little shimmer to them. Let me see if the camera will pick that up or not. Maybe. But instead of being super sparkly like if we put glitter on it, if we put glue and then glittered it, this just has a nice nice shimmery shine to it. Then I'm also going to do Pearl. What was that noise? I'm going to do my my lacy bit here. So since I have this on my pad here, I can just go like that real quick and do the whole thing. Get some nice shimmer on that also. Okay. So that needs to be die cut. And we need to do this. We need to this bit is going to get embossed. Come on guys, move aside here. Give me some room. Little flowers are taking up all the room here. Scoot, scoot, scoot. And get the embossing folder out. And we're going to ink the embossing folder and emboss this piece of paper and give it this nice color in the background. Okay, so you've got your embossing folder. Open it up and feel the embossing folder. Now where you feel the flowers are indented, that's the side we're going to ink. It's the side that has the Stampin' Up logo and a little Sizzix logo too. So that's the one we're going to ink. So I'll take my ink pad and just swipe it and pounce it and get that all covered real good. And take a look at it, and that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to quick stick this in here and close it up. Uh-oh, I think I moved my paper. I think I did. But that's alright, because you know what? My paper has two sides to it. So let me ink that up again. You know what? This is the wrong color. No, it's not. It's the right color. Put that down. Close this up. And I'm going to have to go see Mr. Big Shot. So I'll be right back. I'll do this, emboss this, and then I'll also cut out the Mother's Day tag. Okay, so it's time to shape our flowers. And I'm just going to put these all down here. I'm going to do them face up. And I'll use my U-Pick tool. And I'm just going to give them a poke on each of the petals there. I'm not getting real crazy with this. Because, well, they're little tiny flowers. They're just little bitty flowers, so we don't need to do a whole lot to them. And this just pokes up the petals nice. Gives them a little bit of shape, gives a little dimension to our card. Oh, that one flipped over. Okay, so those are shaped now. See, wasn't that easy? One more thing we need to do before I start to put the card. I have to cut this out. I'm going to make this, let's see, 3.5 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to use my Stampin' trimmer, but I want to tell you about the Stampin' trimmer. I love my Stampin' trimmer. I like that it's nice and big and na 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 na. Lots of reasons I like it. but this is not going to be in the annual catalog. So when my blades are, I do have a bunch of replacement blades, but once those are gone, that's it. It's done. As far as I know, there are no blades that are compatible with it. I tried my Fiskars blades; they do not fit with it. And so when my blades are used up, then I guess it's just trash. And I'm gonna have to find myself. As a matter of fact, I already found one. Fiskars has something similar that I can set up and score with it and get a scoring blade and so on. But so I'm not happy about that. But what the heck. And I've been telling everybody what a wonderful tool it is to have. You've got the two things all in one, and well, they've discontinued it. I think they need their head examined, and I see a cat circling, trying to get in here, so I might have to stop the video for a minute and capture her if she doesn't behave. But anyway, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put my piece of Flirty Flamingo down, and I am going to use my Tombow glue because Tombow will give me just that little bit of time that I can get it centered nicely. So there we go. And then the next piece that goes down will be this piece. And you see how lovely that turned out. Isn't that fun? Now I'm positioning it so that I'm going to be able to see this rose because I really like that rose. And that's going to go just right like that. And I use my Tombow on that also. And here comes my cat. Stash, you need to go find something else to do. And we'll just center that right there on the Flirty Flamingo. Nice, huh? That's pretty all by itself, isn't it? But the next thing we're going to do then is put this piece down. So I'm just going to carefully peel this up off of my silicone mat here. This has been on here for quite a while, so it's stuck down pretty good. I actually cut these pieces out. I was going to use them on something else, and then I didn't. So, like I said, it's been stuck there for a while, and that's going to go just over here on the side. Matter of fact, it's going to overhang the piece that we've embossed here and go out just a little bit here on the Flirty Flamingo cardstock there. Just press that down good. And now it's on there. It's nice and shimmery. And we're going to put our our leaves on next. So I'm not going to use the Tombow because Tombow dries sticky. I'm going to switch to the Art Glitter Designer Dries Clear Adhesive. And I'll just put some glue on here, just wherever I can find a little place to put glue. Not a whole lot of places because this is a rather fine, dainty little flat leaf cluster. And I'm going to put that right here, kind of down the side here, the left hand side of my lacy die cut. Oh good, it looks like my kitty's gonna behave herself. Her name is Stash. And she can be quite a pest. She likes me to carry her around. Don't ask me why. And I'm going to put this piece here. Just like that. And it's just very pastel. And just so pretty. Then the next thing I do is put my Mother's Day sentiment. My Happy Mother's Day sentiment. Since I have my Art Glitters Dries Clear Glue open already, I'm just going to put that right here. I'm pretty much centering it side to side in an equal amount from the top. Okay, now we're ready to put our flowers on. So, I'm gonna get my tweezers out here. And I'm just going to decide where I want it and put a little dot of glue. I can just set my flower in place, just like that. This is one of those products that makes my life so much easier. So now I'll put a couple of the little ones on. Put that one right there. Oops. Put that one right there. Oops, scoot over there, little buddy. There we go. And I want another big one here. Put a big one right there. I already had it in my hand, so. And I'll put a little one there, and maybe I'll put a big one here. I keep squeezing them too early. There we go. We're almost done with the card. You realize that? Okay, there's that one. And then I'll put another big one here. And just another little one down here. I already have my big one in my hand, so I'll just put that in place. Stick on there, buddy. There. I'm just going to give them a little poke. Make sure they're stuck down good. Okay. Now I'm going to put my sentiment on the inside. And for this I'm using the snail tape because my printer was being finicky and didn't want to take my cardstock. Usually it will, but when I was printing these out, it was giving me a hard time. So I printed it on just plain printer paper. So most glues will make the printer paper, because it's so thin, will make it ripple, and I don't want a ripply sentiment on the inside of my card. I'm going to carefully open this up and just center this on the inside. And that's there, all set. The inside's done. And we just have one more thing to do to the outside. And that's put the Nuvo drops on the centers of the flowers. You see my flowers did lighten up. I was a little concerned about that at first, but they did lighten up. I thought I got them too dark. So to use your Nuvo drops, what I like to do is shake the product down. Then over a piece of scrap paper, I'm just going to make sure it's not going to spit, and it's not. So you hold it straight up and down, kind of peeking from the side, and you want to start squeezing it out, and don't touch your nozzle to the paper. Squeeze a drop out and let that touch the paper, and then pull your bottle away, and you'll get beautiful, nice domed, perfectly round little pearls. And this is so pretty. This is like an iridescent, and this color is called Love Potion. Isn't that cute? But yeah, it says add dimensional iridescent details. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to give our little flowers just a little pink center there. Love Potion pink. And there we go. Now when I'm finished using my drops, I bang that down. Bang that down. It gets all the stuff out of this nozzle here. And if you listen, you'll be able to hear it make like a little huffing sound. That's when you know you got it all down out of this nozzle. It'll keep it from getting clogged up. It'll keep your product nice for future uses. When we spend enough money on these craft supplies, we need to take care of them. And in order to do that, you need to know how to take care of them. It's like with glues, you get to keep your glues covered up. Clean your stamps after you use them. When you're done using a die, poke out all those little paper bits if there's anything left on there before you put it away. And that's it. Our card's finished. Dun da da da. And we got that rose right there. I love that rose. This looks like a cameo, doesn't it? That's what it reminds me of. But happy Mother's Day. Wishing you all the love and smiles that you deserve. So, if there are any Stampin' Up! Products that you'd like to purchase, you can do that using me as your demonstrator through either my Facebook page or my blog. Check out my blog once in a while. Sometimes I put things on there that never make it to any other place. There's pictures of kittens being fed on there. There's all kinds. There's things that other than that too. I put when I come across freebies or coupon codes or things like that. Sometimes I put those on there to keep you all informed. But yeah, check out the blog once in a while. What else do I say at the end of my videos? Oh, all the tools and materials I used will be listed down below. And while you're down there looking for what I used, there's a subscribe button. You can click on that subscribe button, and then right next to it is a little bell, and you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Isn't that nice? That's something new Facebook or YouTube started doing. Let's see, what else? Oh, if you like my video, be sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, then I do check those. And you can do that down below here too. So, you all take care, stay safe, and happy stamping.